Good morning, Northern Michigan, and once again, a happy Friday. I'm Jim Horn, and this is Travers Talks, your weekly news wrap for Friday, May 22nd, 2026. We've got a full plate this week, 2 national stories that hit close to home, and 4 local stories that touch your wallet, your commute, and your community. Hey, so grab your coffee, settle in, and let's get into it. First national story is about summer travel costs. If you're planning a summer trip, brace yourself because this is shaping up to be one of the most expensive travel seasons in years. Airfares are running roughly 20 to 27% higher than they were last summer, and gas and lodging costs are up too. Overall, the average American is paying about 9% more to travel than they did just a year ago. Demand is still strong. AAA is projecting a record Memorial Day, but the spending is splitting among income lines, with higher income families traveling freely while lower income households cut back. And here's why that matters for us in a region that lives and breathes summer tourism. The visitors may still come, but tighter budgets could mean shorter stays and fewer dollars spent at our restaurants, our shops, and, of course, our lodging. Our second national story is one to keep an eye on. A proposed federal budget would cut deeply into the programs that protect the Great Lakes. The EPA is facing a proposed overall cut of around 55%. And the 8 Great Lakes states could lose a combined $723 million in clean water funding. That's money that helps for safe drinking and helps prevent sewage overflows and flooding. Research dollars at NOAA, or that's the NOAA, the agency that studies our Great Lakes water levels and weather, are also on the chopping block. And federal infrastructure funding from the 2021 law runs out at the end of this fiscal year. For Grand Traverse County, still digging out from $21 million in April flood damage and a flooding-caused sewage release. That means less federal help for the exact water and flood infrastructure we just watched fail. Now to our local news. We're still living with the aftermath of April's historic flooding. On Tuesday, the Grand Traverse County Road Commission met in front of a packed standing room only crowd and approved repairs on 3 flood damaged roads. To put the scale in perspective, the April floods left more than 200 damaged spots across the county, and the preliminary damage estimate has now climbed past $21 million. The big one is still the Beitner crossing, which failed back on April 14th when the Boardman River crested at historic levels. The county is fast-tracking a replacement, but even on the expedited timeline, that's expected to take at least 6 months. So if Beitner Road is part of your daily routine, plan on that detour sticking around through fall. And our second story, this one's going to cost you a few quarters. Starting Memorial Day weekend, parking in downtown Traverse City gets more expensive. Rates are going up and the enforcement hours are getting longer. From Memorial Day through Labor Day, the meters and pay stations will be enforced from 8 in the morning till 8 at night, Monday through Saturday. So if you're heading downtown to shop, to eat, or to work this summer, keep an eye on the clock and budget a little extra for parking. Our third story is a change at the top in county government. Sam Gedman, who's been serving as Chief Deputy Clerk, has been selected as the new Grand Traverse County Clerk. Gedman takes over from longtime clerk Bonnie Scheel. Now the clerk's office may not make a lot of noise, but it's one you really rely on consistently It runs our elections, it keeps our vital records like birth and marriage certificates, and it maintains the county board's records. And this leadership change comes during an awfully busy stretch for the county between flood recovery and jail planning. We wish both Sam Gedman and Bonnie Shield all the best in the transition. And of course, let's end on a bright note. This week, the Great Lakes Children's Museum launched the first phase of a new initiative called Healthy You. They partner with the Grand Traverse Community Foundation, Munson Healthcare, and Northern Shores Dental Group. The idea is to help kids build lifelong healthy habits, both physical and mental, through play. For this first phase, the museum transformed its popular playhouse space into something they're calling the Curiosity Clinic, a neonatal themed play area. If you've got little ones, it's a fun, hands-on reason to visit the museum down on the bayfront. And that's your weekly news wrap for Friday, May 22nd. So here's a quick recap. Summer travel is going to cost more. Federal Great Lakes funding is at risk. Our flood recovery rolls on. Downtown parking goes up Memorial Day weekend. We've got a new county clerk in Sam Gedman, and the Children's Museum has something new for kids. If one of these stories matters to you, get involved, show up to a meeting, fill out that county survey, make your voice heard. That's what keeps this community strong. Hey, I'm Jim Horn. Thanks for spending the part of the Friday morning with me. Take care, each of you up here, and we'll talk to you next week right here on Traverse Talks.